Hi guys, I'm Chantal with Growing Up Without Borders. Today I'm going to quickly connect with Lucianne, all the way over actually in Switzerland, but her and her husband Tiago are from Brazil, and we just wanted to quickly connect with them and see what's happening over in Brazil right now and share that with you guys. Here we go. Hello. Hey.
How are you?
Good.
How's New Zealand?
Oh my gosh, New Zealand's beautiful. It reminds us, well, when we look outside, I mean, now it's pitch black because it's nighttime, but when we look outside, it's pretty much, it looks like the same view you'd be seeing, a little bit,
Wow.
but it's so beautiful. It's just amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. And how are the girls?
Ah, they're good. Hey, girls, how are you?
Yeah.
I have one on the floor. Oh, look at, see, there's your view. And that's France over in a distance. I think I can hear little birds. It must be so peaceful and quiet now because there's hardly any cars on the road. There'd be no noise.
It is. It is very peaceful, and yes, people are not out in the streets, and it's life changed a lot.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Sure.
I mean, now, are you
Life
guys
changed.
allowed to walk along the water, or are they stopping people from doing that?
We are allowed, so we go for walks in the afternoon. What we're not allowed to do is be in groups of 5 or more people.
So, but it's not getting too busy down by the water with everyone wanting to be there?
A little bit. If you go on certain times in the afternoon, it's not a good idea. So ideally early in the morning or later in the day when the sun is going out, that's the time when there are less people.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wanted to ask you and find out a little bit more about Brazil, but since you're in Switzerland, it's good for us to see what the current state is there and how things are going. How long have you guys been in lockdown now? Has it been 3 or 4 weeks, or how long?
We personally yesterday we did 4 weeks of lockdown, so we've been over a month now in lockdown. And the government yesterday prolonged the period of lockdown. It was supposed to be open on the 19th, and we're going to be open only on the 26th now.
Ah, yeah, I guess, and then we see what happens then, right?
Yes, but it's difficult to visualize how life will be from here.
Yeah.
Because essentially, I mean, even going shopping, grocery shopping, you're already a bit tense and you're not sure how you'll get infected or who passed by. So I can only imagine how it will be to fully go back to normal.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's going to be an interesting time, I think, for everyone.
Yeah, it'll be an adjustment period, especially in places like where you are now, where it's been hit so hard, right?
Yes, so, exactly.
Do you have insight as to how your family is doing back home in Brazil?
Yes, in Brazil, everything seems to be fairly under control.
When I connected with Lucianne, this was back in April. Since then, unfortunately, Brazil is one of the hotspots for the coronavirus. So everything has changed.
For the size of the country and for the amount of time that they've already had the first person infected, they seem to be doing all right. The city that's most affected is São Paulo. So São Paulo and Rio de Janeiro. And my family, they live near Rio de Janeiro, and they're all in lockdown. But it's really tense for the country right now because we're not sure how it will be in terms of the financial crisis and being on lockdown for so long, what this will mean actually for the country. And yes, we are worried about lives and everyone's health, etc. However, there are many cities that don't have one case. So the question is, should they be closed? Is it wise for them to be in full lockdown? Because there are many workers who need their daily bread, let's say.
Mhm.
And with everything closed, it becomes very complicated.
It's so complicated and so hard for so
Yes,
many people because everyone, like
yes,
you said, they need to make a living, but at the same time,
yes,
what is the value of people's lives if it does start
yeah,
outbreaks and stuff like that, right?
yes, exactly. So we're going through that period now where I believe that the president would like a vertical lockdown, meaning only really people at risk and who are over 60, 65 years old. The Ministry of Health agrees with having a horizontal lockdown, meaning the whole country.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's
because
complicated to measure.
yeah, I was going to say because it's affecting sometimes people as young as 60 years old, who are
Yes.
fully healthy completely. I mean, we have now someone we know indirectly who just died, and a young
Wow.
60-year-old in health, and it's just like,
Wow.
so you say, okay, do we do
Mhm.
full lockdown, or and then you don't want to let it get to a point where it goes all crazy like in other areas.
Exactly. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Now the world will never
Yeah.
be the same, right? What
No.
about when we were in Brazil, when we were in Rio, we saw the favelas and stuff like that. I mean, they are living in such close proximity. And
Exactly.
so what are they doing in that situation?
There is no answer because that is one of the issues of a lockdown in Brazil. I mean, from what I understand, from what I'm following, so the middle class, the high class, they can be on full lockdown in their homes and their apartments, and they're doing just fine. However, people in the favelas, some small house in a favela can hold up to 10, 12 people.
Mm.
So we are very blessed that at the moment, there hasn't been a spread so far in the favelas. So the very few cases that have appeared so far, these people have been completely isolated so that the spread does not happen. However, we don't know. We don't know. It's very complicated to stop as well a favela. I mean,
Yeah.
even
No,
if the
that's good.
government,
I mean, it sounds like at this point anyway, so now is April the 9th. It sounds like it's pretty much under control. So they must have
yes,
acted somewhat fast.
yes, they work quite fast in locking down. And what I'm worried about though is when everyone leaves the lockdown, what will be the consequences and what will really happen when everyone's free?
Mhm.
So there are many worries at the moment. It's not an easy situation that we are going through. So,
No. Are you in touch with your family then on a regular basis to check in and see how everyone's doing?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, everyone is doing fine where my family lives. It's more about taking care of the elderly. We have many decisions that we implemented to keep our grandparents healthy. So anyone who enters the house needs to remove their shoes. We are disinfecting all of the products that come from the supermarket. And we're really being careful with our grandparents.
That's good. Yeah. Fantastic. No, and you probably had a little bit of a advanced insight because of
Mhm.
Switzerland and Italy and being so close. You probably
Yes.
had a little bit more of a realization of what is happening, right? To share back with your family maybe as well.
Yes, yes, exactly. Because it began around us, very near to us, we were able to, from the beginning, give them insight and give them some nice tips. And what worries us is when the actual lockdown finishes, this will, how will the transition be for the whole country?
Yeah. Now you're working when you do work, when you're in a traditional work, you're at the school, right? At the hotel management school.
Yes,
Which one?
yes.
HIM? or which one?
Yes,
Yeah.
Hotel Institute in Montreux.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So there's a lot of, it's really funny when we travel. We were in the country of Cambodia, and
Mm.
lo and behold, there's this master chef there. What's his name? Lumeng, Master Chef Lumeng
Okay.
from Cambodia, and him and then another lady. Like they all know that whole Montreux area because they all went to school there, whether it was Glion or HIM
Oh
or all
wow.
that. And it's just so crazy.
Yeah.
But how is that going to
Yeah.
be for all the students? So did the students all go back home? Because all these students are international, so they're from like around the
Yes.
world. Did they all go
Yes.
back home, or are they all there in lockdown, or how is that going?
In my company in particular, we have many campuses, and some campuses they have 6 month period studies. Other campuses, which is the case of my campus, every 3 months the students check out and check in. So the campuses that had students for 6 months, I believe that most of the students stayed.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And
Now
the
this is
campuses with,
crazy because they all live together. So it's a hotel and all the rooms
yeah,
are like little hotel rooms and then everybody eats together. It's a
yes.
hotel management school.
However,
So how is that done?
yes.
Yeah.
So, however, when the government implemented no larger groups than 50 people in the cafeteria, we locked down the cafeteria in a way that only a maximum of 50 people would be there. There are no more presential classes, so everyone is studying now online. And even if the students are on campus, they are not having contact with so many people. So far, we haven't had any case in our campuses
That's fantastic.
that I'm aware of. Yes.
Because I would think that would be really hard to do, especially, well, two reasons.
Yeah.
One is it's young people who often maybe
Mm.
don't take it as seriously, or, even myself as a young person, you feel invincible and such. So, and then there's
Yes.
the close proximity to everybody living and eating and sharing and socializing. So, but maybe they took it seriously because of the proximity.
Yes, I do believe that the students took it seriously. Many decided to go home, and many are studying from home online.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
the students that had the opportunity to leave Switzerland, because that's the other problem, the borders were closed and then you couldn't move anymore. So the students who decided to leave and had the chance to, they went back home and they're studying online.
Okay, that's good. That's amazing. How does it feel to be in Switzerland with it so close? Like you could see France across the way, and the
Yes.
thought of we cannot move to even go into France if we wanted to, or you can't move around. And what does it feel like?
Yeah. It's not a good feeling. The first week of lockdown, I had a breakdown, and it was very difficult to understand how life was going to be, how we were going to operate from now on. I mean, as you can hear, I live just in front of a large street, and very frequently now we hear ambulances. So I live in the state of Vaud, the canton of Vaud in Switzerland, and it is the most affected canton today, more than Ticino, which borders with Italy, and it is a very difficult feeling to know that so many people are sick near you. Today, after over 1 month of lockdown, we're dealing with the situation a little bit better, but it's still very hard. You still go to the supermarket, as I mentioned, and you have something in the back of your head saying, don't touch anything. Even if you have gloves, don't breathe so near someone. And
well, if you're saying it's the most affected canton, that's mind-boggling, because like Ticino had the proximity to Italy, and then but of course now that Vaud is the most affected, that's just crazy. That's just sad.
Switzerland has over 20,000 now infected. So for such a small country, it's one of the countries with the highest per capita infection. So at a point, we were even higher than Italy.
Yeah. Wow.
So it is a very dangerous environment at the moment. But I believe that the people living in Switzerland, they're doing a good job overall. You really see people taking it seriously. You do see a few young people in the lake just together in groups, and once the police sees that, they do get fines.
Oh, they do. Wow. What is the
Yes,
fine? I can imagine it's probably really high. What is the
yes,
fine?
it's a high fine. But if you are in a group of over 5 people, you will get the fine.
Do you
And
know
from
what
what
the
I
amount?
understand,
What is the amount?
I don't remember. I'm
Oh my
sorry, I don't.
gosh. Okay, well let's
It's probably
just let's guess it, and we'll have to look it up. I'm guessing
yeah,
it's about 500. Is it? Maybe, let's say. Probably
maybe
crazy.
something like that. Yeah, I do know that there were a lot of fines given already.
Oh yeah, wow. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Well, good, in a sense, because geez, like people need to take it seriously.
And you see the countries who took measures early on, how the results appeared.
Yeah, totally different. I
So
mean, here where we are, they took immediate effect. And they're already seeing, like, they have like one person I think in the whole country that
yeah,
died. I think that's it. And
wow.
so little affected. And so I think they're going to see it. We're going to start to see it open up again pretty soon, I would assume. But I don't think they're going to let anybody in for quite some time, right? I mean,
Yes.
I wonder how
Yeah.
it's going to be in Europe, because you think of the month of August is the busiest month where people are traveling all over, going to France, going to Italy, going to Spain. I mean, that's really soon. We're April, May, June, July. That's in
Yeah.
less than 4
Yes.
months. Is it going to be possible? Like, I don't know.
I don't know. I am quite positive. I am hoping for some holidays in end of May.
Oh my God.
So I am really positive about
You're
it.
being very positive.
I feel like we are in the point now that we are almost in the end of this journey. And I really feel for countries like America who are now beginning this journey, and they really should take this seriously, because this virus does not play. It's really dangerous.
Mm,
Yes.
there's no basically there's no race, no amount of money, there's no nothing. It's like,
No.
you know what I mean? It doesn't care about gender, sex, this, that, nothing,
Yes.
Jeez.
Yes.
So, well, if you wanted to share something with, I don't know, with anyone, or any kind of words of wisdom, what would you say?
I would say take your vitamins, boost up your immune system, especially if you're in lockdown. This is the moment to be eating healthy, to try to do some exercises at home, try to keep moving. Because once the lockdown finishes, if your body is well treated right now, you have bigger chances afterwards to keep healthy. I do know personally, I have friends and even a family member who was infected, and they are dealing with it very well. However, they are very healthy, and you can tell they have a good immune system. So it is dangerous, but I do think there are things that we can do in terms of keeping our bodies strong. Not everyone will react the same way. However, what is in our power to do, it's amazing to have some power in this. And I believe that is really boosting your immune system and your health at the moment.
Yeah, prepare for it. Prepare the fight so that you give your body the chance to fight it off. Well, hey, Lucianne, thank you so much for connecting with us today and sharing a little bit of your thoughts and your, just with us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having me. It was great reconnecting, and I hope you continue to enjoy New Zealand.
Thank you. We shall.